Fats will like this video.
Will I? I wonder why.
The Warriors just became the NBA's worst nightmare.
Warriors! Warriors!
Apparently, a lot of Warriors fans in the YouTube comments, when we done the video of you saying you're a Warriors fan, they saw it. They're saying, welcome to Dub Nation? Dub Nation? Like, winning nation.
Oh.
I was like, oh, so welcome.
Thanks.
To Dub Nation.
I will take the welcoming.
Yeah.
I am happy to be part of the community.
Yeah, so Fats is a Warriors community. So
don't get jealous, it's okay.
No, I've got Mavs, man. Kyrie just needs to recover ASAP. ASAP. Alright, let's get into this video. Before we do,
make sure you subscribe and follow the channel. And especially if you're a sorry, my head's just gone.
You think about the chicken wings?
Yeah, I am thinking about chicken wings and everything. Make sure you smash that subscribe and the follow button if you haven't already.
That's it, chat. Let's go.
The NBA's worst nightmare is? What would you say it is? Maybe a catastrophic injury to one of its stars.
Kyrie.
Maybe another year of horrible ratings. Or maybe another scandal so big that it threatens the very integrity of the league itself. All of these would be devastating. But the real nightmare, the one the NBA has been quietly guarded against for 2 decades, is that its most carefully protected story might suddenly come undone.
What
LeBron,
is it?
you are the NBA's all-time scoring leader.
For 20 years, the league has built a single narrative, but stories have a way of escaping their author's control. And in 2026, that fear has taken shape.
Look at your freestyle.
That is my
players.
team. I got Curry, Draymond, Butler.
You had Klay Thompson.
Butler's just out here swerving. Man's got 3 diamonds in his ears. He's
got the paycheck, innit? You got the paycheck from Golden State.
He ain't what's it called? Homeless Jimmy.
Homeless Jimmy.
In the form of Steph Curry and the 2026 Golden State Warriors. Ladies and gentlemen, the NBA's worst nightmare has arrived. Last season, the Warriors didn't exactly get dealt the best hand in the playoffs.
On him.
That was bad.
Wow, Butler goes down hard.
Damn.
Sometimes you can prepare, you can execute, you can do everything right.
Oh, wow.
And somehow, the basketball gods still say no.
Curry's hurt though, Coach. Something grabbed him. He's asking for relief from that bench.
This was the definition of anticlimactic. Because in the regular season, they were absolutely legit. I mean, they beat the defending champions 2-1. Then, after the All-Star break, they were tied for the 3rd best record in the league. The 2025 Warriors were real. They were moving the ball well, hitting shots, playing that classic Warriors brand of basketball. They were the team nobody wanted to see in the playoffs. But
Chat, what we saying is Golden State going to reach the playoffs this season? And where do you think they're going to finish? Fats thinks they're going to win, obviously, because she's a Golden State fan. What do you genuinely think? I think they got a very good team, but they're getting more on the old side. So I don't know. Although Curry and Dre is still a beast, then again, Butler's a beast.
Yeah, LeBron's old.
Yeah, LeBron's
He's older than both of them.
I'll take that back.
Yeah, how dare you say that about... I will keep glazing. Like Krispy Kreme.
just when it mattered most, fate stepped in and ripped them out of contention. To many, that felt right. A 2nd-round exit. But let's be real. No team in this league is winning anything with their best players injured. That was a season ago, though. The story of 2025. 2026, however, well, it's a different story this year.
But why? We gonna find out.
Hey guys, I'll be real with you. I'm not much of a gambler, but I do love finding ways to make the biggest sports moments.
Bro,
DraftKings,
respectfully,
staff,
get that gambling shit off my stream,
Have
brother.
you seen Steph Curry train recently? He's 37 years old now, but somehow it looks like he's still getting better.
Guys, I'm not much of a gambler, but I'm gonna promote gambling to you guys anyway. Even if you're under 18, fuck off.
We don't like gambling.
I mean, just look at the range on some of these shots. Pulling up from beyond what most players would think is even possible.
Shot.
Then splashing them in like they're nothing.
Yeah, but that's just Curry. He does that anyway, man. That's nothing new.
And in the weight room, the man looks completely jacked. Like, look at those guns.
Oh.
You might
Hey, that's glazing. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's definitely glazing.
Like, that's normal, man. I'm sure that's standard shit, no? Like, you're an athlete, bang some weights. That's.
Luka don't look like that.
Luke has lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
I think all that extra muscle would slow him down. But his longtime trainer, Brandon Payne, said that the two-time MVP's first step quickness and explosiveness is the fastest that it's ever been, if not faster.
Chat,
Payne
how old
also
is Curry
explained
now?
that
How old
as
is he?
players age, the one thing they can do is continue to work on processing information faster and make faster decisions to offset any gap that is created with losing a step. But
37.
that hasn't happened with him yet. So, not only is Steph processing information faster than ever, he's literally moving faster than ever. Sheesh!
You know Steph Curry, yeah? I don't think he's gonna drop off that much. Like, you know, when it comes to retirement and stuff, I feel like he's gonna retire at a similar level that he's at now. Because he's just gonna be tired of the game. He just wants a break. He's just done with it. Like, once he's made
He
it.
just wants to play golf.
But I don't think he's gonna get shit and then he needs to
Yeah.
retire because he's just getting worse and worse and it's time for retirement. I don't see that happening with Curry. I'll be real. I think he's just gonna be like this. Then 1 year he's just gonna claim retirement.
Do I see some glazing?
No, that's my honest opinion. I have to be
No,
real about
I
it.
see some glazing.
I think he'll retire at 40.
It's okay. Come to the dark side.
No, I
Don't
wouldn't
worry.
swap teams.
We'll take care of you.
Nah.
Truth of the matter is, Steph Curry remains the most dangerous player in the game today. His adaptability to warp defenses is second to none. And remember, it was Curry who single-handedly carried Team USA to gold in the 2024 Olympics.
Allez, faut continuer à aller voler les ballons. Et ce diable de Curry qui nous fait mal.
Steph Curry is the reason the NBA is nervous about 2026. But he's not the only reason. Steph Curry might be the Warriors' ultimate weapon, but their ultimate general
Butler.
is none other than the one that's called Jimmy Buckets, also known as Playoff Jimmy in the postseason, and in some other hardcore basketball circles is also known as Jason Tatum's father.
Nah.
Oh.
Damn. Shots.
Last season, he arrived mid-year, so he didn't have much time to shape the squad, to put his stamp on the team. But this year, he's had a full offseason to prepare, and from everything we've seen, he's taking the job dead serious. And he's bringing that famous Heat culture straight into Golden State. Now, some people might say, yeah, but he couldn't even get the Warriors a single playoff win last year. But let's not forget, Jimmy was
that
injured.
injury is bad.
Wow.
I didn't even know he got injured like that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Chat. How long was he out for? Because that looked really painful, man. He's lucky he didn't break anything.
He was literally playing on
He might
one
have
leg in
broke
that
something.
series. And there's only so much you can do when your body won't cooperate. And to those naysayers, I have one question for you. Why do you think Miami made it to 2 NBA finals in the last 5 years?
Butler. Let's be
And
real.
how do you think they became a powerhouse in the East with a roster full of undrafted players? Well, the answer is Jimmy frickin' Butler.
Yeah, that's true. As much as this guy's glazing, that's the reality.
Butler's an amazing
He
player.
just has a way of
Yeah.
elevating everyone around him.
I knew it. I could just feel the evilness. I could feel it.
The evilness.
Absolutely, bro. They don't even want to talk to you.
Oh.
Bringing Buddy Hield back to life, keeping Draymond fully locked in, and behind the scenes, who
Him and
knows how many
Draymond together are
others
gonna
he's
be
impacted.
good.
Sure, his media day photos might be, well, some of the strangest in NBA history.
Emo Jimmy. I don't know how
When did he
got
look
to
like that?
Fuck knows. He was going
Oh.
through something.
That's interesting.
But don't let that fool
It's that
you.
Lil Uzi
His
Vert.
leadership is Jordan-esque. And that's why he's the second biggest reason the NBA's worst nightmare has come to life. The third reason is, well, Draymond Green at his peak, doing Draymond things.
Doing Draymond things.
Yeah.
Facts.
Honestly, I wonder what Jordan Poole thought when he saw this clip.
The shots at Poole. Poole's the one he punched in the face.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so sad. Poole, man.
On June 17th, 2022, right after the Warriors won the championship against the Boston Celtics, a certain woman fired off a tweet that said, "Congrats to the bitch-ass Warriors, blah,
Damn.
blah, blah." If you're wondering who that woman is, well, it's Anna Horford, the sister of none other than Al Horford. Yes, that Al Horford. But guess what? That same Al Horford just signed with the Golden State Warriors.
Oh.
And you know what? This post here perfectly sums up how I feel about Al Horford. All jokes aside.
So this guy who's doing this video is a serious Golden State fan. Fats, I know you're a Golden State fan, but don't ever get to this level of...
Oh, no,
You know what it is? It's not just glaze. There's glaze and then there's cringy glaze.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite cringy.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna be cringy.
Make sure, Fats, yeah?
I'm cool, please.
Just take the information in, up your knowledge, and then we move on.
Aside, Al Horford is exactly the type of center the Warriors have been missing. The Celtics desperately wanted him back, but hey, too bad, so sad. Now sure, some people will say he's a dinosaur, pushing nearly 40, but here's the truth. In the 2025 playoffs, Horford logged 31 minutes a game while shooting just shy of the legendary 50-40-90 mark.
Shot.
That's not a wash.
Good numbers.
That's filthy. The Godfather can stretch the floor, anchor the defense, and bring another level of veteran leadership this roster hasn't seen for a while. But here's where it gets even scary. Horford might be the perfect mentor for Quentin Post, the Warriors' 25-year-old 7-foot center who has the size, the versatility, and the force, but just needs a little of that steady veteran presence to guide him.
Chat, what's Golden State's bench looking like? Like, is their bench good? Like, or is it very, would you say it's the shit bench in comparison to other benches, if that makes sense? Let us know in the chat.
What I'm trying to say is this. If these two can stay healthy, Golden
Some
State
saying
will
decent,
suddenly have
couple
two
goods.
rock-solid centers
Okay.
they can throw up in any matchup. And depending on how Steve Kerr decides to use his lineups, the Warriors might have a new lethal iteration of the death lineup coming up in 2026. And speaking of lethal, 9-2. Ladies and gentlemen, 9-2. Do you know what those numbers mean? That was the Warriors' record last season before De'Anthony Melton went down with injury. Okay, so he's not the biggest name in the league, and standing just 6'2", he's not a giant either. But last year, when he shared the floor with Steph Curry, Golden State looked unstoppable. I don't know exactly what it is, but the chemistry he brought made the Warriors look like one of the best teams in basketball.
Oh, well played.
And this was even without Jimmy Butler.
What are we saying, chat? Is this guy capping about this guy, or is what you're saying actually legit? Is this player that much of an anchor for Golden State?
Well, now today, Melton is back in the Bay, fully healthy.
Melton.
And sheesh, do y'all smell what the Rock is cooking?
Oh, so cringe.
All
Very
off
cringe.
season, the one shadow hanging over Golden State was Kuminga's contract. But ladies and gentlemen, just as expected, that storm has already passed.
Finally, the Jonathan Kuminga summer-long stalemate is over.
Kuminga isn't just another young player. At 23 years old, he's stepping into his prime, into a body that
Nice.
might be the most athletic in the entire league. For years, his growth was slow but steady. But now, it feels like his time has finally come. I mean, last season, we already saw glimpses. You know, nights when he looked like the Warriors' best scorer on the floor.
Nice. This guy looks good.
The truth is, every offseason, he just keeps leveling up. driven by the pursuit of that bigger bag, which will come. But until then, he's out to prove a point, that he's worth every penny. And here's the scary part. The dude still might not even be in the starting lineup in 2026. He and his agent might go crazy over that bit of detail. But
Yeah, but if he was starting lineup, who's he replacing? Because starting lineup, it's 5 players. You got Curry, Draymond Green, and you got Butler. Fucking who's the other two? Like, yes, there's not many spots in that starting lineup. Like, to even be in the bench in Golden State is a win, really, because they're a strong team.
firepower, explosiveness, depth, whatever you want to call it, the Warriors have it in Kuminga. And that should terrify everyone else.
Kuminga.
I mean, picture this.
I like the name.
Steph Curry, the greatest shooter who's ever lived. Jimmy, the most intense commander on the floor since Jordan. And Kuminga, an athletic force of nature coming off the bench. Now, I know what some people are going to say. The league has gotten better. What about the other teams? They've all made big moves too. And sure, there's some truth to that. But let's look at the facts. First off, the East is shaping up to be a cakewalk in the 2026 finals. The Celtics without Tatum are done.
That's sad. Chat, how long's Tatum out for? Is he not going to be back for the season? Because I feel like Celtics need him. He's such an anchor in their team.
The Pacers without Halliburton
Halle
are done as
Berry.
well. So that leaves us the Cavaliers and the Knicks in the East. Now, I'll give credit where it's due. Donovan Mitchell is electric. He's one of the most entertaining players in the league and earned All-NBA First Team in 2025.
I heard about this guy. I heard he's good.
But when it comes to the postseason, guys, history tells us he just doesn't get it done. And the Knicks? Well, as we already saw, their style of play is too top-heavy. In the playoffs, they got exposed by a team that ran the floor and rained threes.
Oh,
the exact brand
bombs.
of
They're
basketball
dropping
the
bombs.
Warriors thrive on today. So let's be real. The East isn't built to stand a chance against Golden State in the finals for 2026. Now looking at the West, let's be honest. There are really only 2 teams standing in the Warriors' way, OKC and the Nuggets. These aren't going to...
Oh,
OKC and the Nuggets are the only teams, you think? I don't agree with that, man. I think there's a lot of teams, man.
I mean, I don't really know who's in the West, to be honest. So I can't really comment.
One of our lovely viewers sent me a link. Where is it? Which shows... Hold on. Everyone in the West and everyone in
that's
the
cool.
East. So we got... We're talking about the West at the moment, yeah? Look, West. Mavs, Warriors, Lakers, Clippers, Timberwolves, Rockets, Nuggets, and OKC Thunder. So the West is loaded. East got Cavs, Knicks, Magic, Pistons, Hawks, Bucks. So the West is stronger than the East. But yeah, I think there's a lot more team than Nuggets and Thunder. That's a threat, man. Rockets got KD. Mavericks is not just saying it because I'm a Mavericks fan now. Mavericks have a very strong team, as we know. It's a loaded. It can go any way. It can go anywhere. Like you can't be like the only 2 teams that can compete as them two. That's
be
wild.
cakewalks, but if we're talking 7-game series, I've got the Warriors taking down either one of them in 6 or 7. Beyond that, you've got the tier 2 teams, the Lakers, Mavericks, Timberwolves, maybe the Rockets. Then there's the Clippers too. That is, if Kawhi even plays after the little salary cap circumvention situation. But let's be real. None of those tier 2 squads are taking out Golden State. That is,
We're going to find out.
The Warriors stay healthy.
And that was another point I was going to say. Injury can happen anytime.
Yeah.
Obviously, God forbid, we don't want injury on anyone. It ruins the league in general and the experience of watching games. But Curry might get injured and not be out. Do you know what I mean? Anything can happen.
It's true.
Like, just because you got a team. Look at that season we watched where Clay, Curry, and Green were all injured like for ages, near enough at the same time. That was wild. It can happen to any team.
Warriors
I'll start doing that.
are going to be absolutely lethal.
He's
And then
a
comes the
Golden
question.
State fan.
Fucking you can be a Golden State fan. You're a Golden State fan. But
Yeah, but the thing is, obviously,
don't be cringy. It's different.
I've only been supporting Golden State since what, like not long ago. He's been supporting since.
I'll stop doing that in the chat. Watch. I'm gonna make that when people sub. I'm gonna make that.
When Steph Curry wins his 5th ring, what does that mean for LeBron's legacy? Can we really call LeBron the greatest of this generation if Curry ends up with 5 championships to his 4? And
Now he's questioning LeBron's legacy over Curry. That's wild.
with 3 of those coming directly at LeBron's expense.
He's rage baiting.
And what does
now.
that do to the NBA's market?
So I'm gonna go back for everyone to hear that. There you
Greatest
go.
of this generation if Curry ends up
Hold
with
on.
legacy. When Steph Curry wins his 5th ring, what does that mean for LeBron's legacy? Can we really call LeBron the greatest of this generation if Curry ends up with 5 championships to his 4?
As much as I love Curry, that wouldn't change anything. And I love Curry. I think Curry's a legendary player, but I don't think that's enough to question LeBron's legacy as the greatest.
Yeah, but I think we watched something and then we questioned why isn't Curry part of the GOAT debate?
Yeah. I'm not taking that away. That was our question. We
Yeah.
said that he should be part of the GOAT debate. But to say he's above LeBron is, to me, pretty wild. My opinion. Chat, tell me what you think.
I mean, I think they're both amazing players in their own way.
To me, if I'm completely honest with this, from what we've seen in my personal opinion, obviously everyone's opinion differs. There's nothing wrong with that. In this generation, take out Michael Jordan, he's not this generation. LeBron's number 1. KD over Curry, potentially. I would say KD Curry. I would say KD Curry. I would say that. And I love Curry. I love all 3 of them. They're all amazing players. What's you guys' opinion? What's your opinion? Do you want to put your one out there?
I don't know. I'm not really sure. The thing is, Curry and LeBron's very 2 different play styles. And I did always like question how come Curry isn't part of the GOAT debate?
No, but we're talking about this generation. Forget last generation. I'm talking this.
Yeah, so why isn't he part of the GOAT debate still of this generation?
Oh, people just, I think it's his position and people
Yeah.
just don't want to put him in that debate. Is what it is. But that's my arguably top 3, I would say, like in terms of performance.
Yeah. Okay.
Is what it is. That's
Cool.
my opinion. Chat, that is an interesting video, man. I thought there would be a bit more to that video because it was titled "The Warriors Just Became NBA's Worst Nightmare." I thought it was going to be like some, hidden messages and some sick stuff, but it was just him.
What was there instead?
Huh?
What was there instead?
What was what?
Jeez, do that again.
Sounded like Goofy from fucking Disney movie, man. I want to make that the thing. Watch. That's it, guys. Friday night is over. We are done for the week. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for those who supported, watching, sub, chatting, all of that. Any last words for the stream?
Enjoy your weekend. Have lots of fun.
And
But not
chicken
too
wings.
much.
Chicken wings, chat.
Yeah, chicken wings.
Peace out.
Bye.